Steamrolls in either direction are a quick way to kill a server, not counting frustrating play from either side, trolling, or harassment. Today's video is about ways to keep a server going, with the same teams match after match, victory trading hands as the hours roll by. Strangely, I think, this all starts with one team dominating the other. When the attackers are trapped in their deployment, or the defense can't hold a single MCOM, one of two things is bound to happen. One, morale disappears, and the losing team takes the beating because, in their minds, there's no other choice. Two, like a frightened animal with nowhere to go, they lash out with a ferocity not displayed at any previous time. The game is likely over or close to it at this point. If it is not, the results are obvious. Either one team takes the beating, loses, and rage quits, or there's now a hole in the defense, and the enemy team pours through it. This does not account for the lone man sneaking past, providing a backdoor through which his team may creep, or the relaxation of a chokehold for sportsmanship's sake. But if the pressure does let up, and the team on the defensive becomes aware of it, their response should not be anger and humiliation. They should instead do everything they can to show that the enemy made a grave error in underestimating them. In other words, they should make a game of it. Now before I go on, let me say that I do not want either team to feel like they should give up and quit. The best games are the ones where I don't know the outcome until the last MCOM's armed and 0 tickets remain. The feeling of victory or defeat is strongest and most enjoyable at those moments. That being said, I've played many games, and from both sides of that equation, and where one team completely outclasses another, and the lesser team defaults to sniping from spawn. It's nowhere near as enjoyable for anyone when that happens. Oh, the winners are happy enough, but many will go elsewhere seeking a more suitable challenge. Losers will be frustrated at best, most of them will probably leave, and newer players will be put off by the experience. Now, despite opinions about one game or another, any new, consistent blood to a franchise can do nothing but help it in the long run. So, what to do when the attacking team has the defenders always on the run? The answer is simple. Give some breathing time. Let a support guy or two set up at a choke point. Let the tank find a nice shady spot with a pocket repair tool. Let that one annoying recon set up in a really nice sniping position. If to this point the attackers have completely destroyed the defense, breaking through these entrenched defenders will probably be more difficult, but shouldn't be beyond their abilities. And I guarantee it will be beneficial to everyone involved. Now the support guy, who's been waiting for a time to shine, gets to. The vehicle guy actually gets to do something useful with his tank, and the repair tool guy might get a little relaxation behind the hunk of metal with a gun. The attackers, having placed an obstacle not otherwise in their path, have a little work to do. Anyone who's ever run an obstacle course knows clearing the big one is a much better feeling than the easy stuff. In this case, the assault guy now needs to really use those defib paddles, check his corners, pull out smoke. The engineer has a reason to pull out that small. The support to work as a counter bipod, the recon to counter snipe. C4 becomes a viable option that, doesn't involve running blindly towards enemies. Spawn beacons become sometimes essential tools. Keen-eyed assaults with quick reflexes are rewarded for their awareness, and so on. In the opposing scenario, when the attackers are hemmed in with nowhere to push, the defense's response should be this: pull back. Their interpretation on what that means will vary, of course. For some teams, it might mean not seeing a couple attackers slip past. It might mean the forward line divides, providing a lesser defended hole through which the attackers can more easily move. At its most extreme, the whole defending team falls back to behind the objectives with only a few players actively hunting incoming attackers. Should a match require either of these ideas, let me make clear that my suggestion is a one-time deal. The struggling team gets one chance, and one chance only, to make a game of it. If the roll still happens, then the best team won despite having made concessions to the weaker team. If the server's going to die, I'd rather it go down in flames than settle into the darkness with a whimper. If one team is so outmatched that nothing they do is effective, that's just a matter of team balance and something best left to the admins or the players themselves to work out. Even though nobody ever wants to, sometimes switching to the losing team can be its own reward. But that's a topic for another time.